Hello, my name is Steve Jeanetta. I'm an assistant extension professor and state specialist in community development. And along with my colleague Joanna Adams, we're going to demonstrate the issue mapping or mind mapping process. It's a way of generating information about a particular issue or question that allows us to kind of look at not just what the issues are, but the relationships to each other, so we can get a sense of how the people in a community, or in this case, our counties, feel about, understand, and think about the particular issue that we're studying. In this case, we're going to be looking at what the factors are that are affecting health systems in our county. First, there are some ground rules. The ground rules include all ideas are valid, meaning that if one person has an issue and others don't necessarily agree with it, it doesn't matter. The issue still counts, and it's important to make sure that it's represented in your map. So you also have the notion that conflicting trends or ideas are also valid in the process. So as people raise their issues, then they get to kind of decide where the issue goes on the map, so that we get to see not only their issues, but their relationship to each other. The last ground rule then is to give concrete examples of the issues as you raise them. With that, we'll just go ahead and get started. Our central question is, what are the factors affecting health systems in your county? Does anybody have a factor that they think would be important?
Understanding the healthcare reform and its impacts on citizens in the county. Younger individuals that don't have health issues, but yet looking at being a little bit different player in the healthcare market.
Okay. Understanding healthcare reform and its impacts on citizens in the county. And what Joanna will do is write pretty much exactly what people tell you, or caption exactly what people tell you, so that we don't lose meaning in that. Another issue.
I think one concern that I have is the impact on the seniors in our community. I know that, like with my grandparents and with some other elderly people that live around me, how is growing costs, how is health care reform, how is that going to affect them, if they have a long-term illness or some kind of emergency, how will they be taken care of?
So where do you see that going on the map?
I see that tying in pretty directly to health care reform. I think that it has a lot to do with the laws that are being made, with the insurance companies and hospitals and that kind of thing.
Another factor.
Risk behaviors.
And can you give us an example of what you mean by risk behaviors?
In lifestyles such as abuse with tobacco, alcohol, no helmet laws on four-wheelers.
And do you see those affecting other things already on the map, or is that a new thread?
It's connected to lifestyles, and it can go, I think it could go either way.
So kind of link risky behaviors to the lifestyle thread. I want to make sure that you understand that this part of the mind mapping or issue mapping process, when you've got a group of at least 25, maybe as many as 50 people, it's going to take a lot longer. But for the purposes of illustrating how the process works and to make you a little bit more comfortable with what your role would be in the process, we've kind of abbreviated it for you. Once you have all the issues on the map that you want to include in your discussions, the next step is to begin to think about, well, how do you organize all this stuff in a way that we can use it? So we want to think about what are the key themes that are running through some of the factors here that we've put on the map. Once you've identified themes, then you want to let people organize around those particular themes. So if I have a real concern about affordability, I don't really need to be in discussions that are focused on availability of local food, because my passion is for affordability. And so we organize people around the themes that they're most concerned about, and we let them go where they want. Once you get people around their themes, then we want them to identify those things on the map that they think are most important to that particular theme. And then once we do that, it's the collection of those factors that we think are affecting about affordability that we use to begin to really explore, dissect, understand the issue, and think about how we relate to these things in our community, and how we can then begin to develop programs and other kinds of tools to begin to address some of those factors. But what this does is it kind of brings us to the present in terms of what is our thinking now collectively about this particular issue. In this case, the factors affecting health systems in our counties. And once we have that a good sense of that, then it really gives us an opportunity to think about how we can organize, how we can plan, and how we can begin to address some of these factors that we raise. I want to thank you for watching our little presentation. I hope you found it useful and it helps you be more comfortable when you get to participate in your mind mapping process. Thank you very much.